Now from the home of there's a good look at Globe Life Park here in Arlington. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Derek Holland is on the mound for game two. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's looking to knock down that ERA. You see there, he's into the fours, looking to have a little better start than what he's been accustomed to.
George Springer makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Houston, right fielder, number 4.
And we're underway as the first pitch is a check swing, but a called strike, 0-1. Eric, this Ranger ball club as they begin play. They've been on a real nice run of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games.
But always important to play good baseball in front of the home crowd, and they were fortunate to get this series off on the right foot in game 1. They'll hope to continue their winning ways here in game number 2.
And taking it out there for the first out. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Steve, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Well, they have lots of power, but also lots of speed in that lineup as well. So you need to stay out of the double play situations and work counts.
Number 8 will dig in for the first time, and he'll do so right at the 300 mark for the year.
Well, it's kind of a surprise to a lot of people too, guys. I mean, nothing against him, but I don't think many people projected him to be hitting like this year.
Grounded to short. Andrus has it. Throw on to first, and Holland looks to be in control here. 2 away now. And with that, let's take a look at how the Rangers will align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, you know, guys, Shin-Soo Choo is really just an average corner outfielder. And at the major league level, that means he's pretty darn good. His offense simply overshadows his defense. That being said, he has the ability to make some jaw-dropping plays, which he's proven to do in the past.
Holland into his motion, and the pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Desmond giving chase, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So a 4-pitch inning as the Astros are retired. And now the Rangers will get their shot in a scoreless ballgame. Number 68 is on the mound for Houston in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, he's making his big league debut here on the mound. He's going to have a lot of adrenaline. He's going to have a lot of nerves. He's going to have to be able to contain all of that so he can go out and be effective. It's going to be tough to do, and that may be his biggest challenge all game long.
Number 63 comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. The windup and the 0-1 to third. And he's set down, 1 away. Now time now to look at Jeff Bannister's Rangers lineup card in this one. Steve, how do they send these fans home happy here today?
Well, this team runs pretty well. They drive the ball into the gap pretty well. And as long as they keep avoiding the double play ball and let the game come to them and just drive in runs when they get the opportunities, they're going to be just fine.
Ian Desmond will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. Down the first baseline. And he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first. With a moment now, let's call on a look at how the Astros line it up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, George Springer has so many athletic talents. He's basically a five-tool player. Defensively, he does so many things well, and it's allowed him to really impact this ball club.
Carlos Beltran will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. First delivery to him on the way. Sent on the ground out to second. There is Altuve. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. I think a few of these folks need to get out of the sun. More from Arlington after this. Carlos Correa and you see what he's done over the past 4 games, as hot as they come.
Carlos Correa.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Well, McDonald, just like most other umpires, he'll miss a couple here and there, but his strike zone never seems to be too outrageous.
Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
And you start to get to the point in the year where you say, look, this guy's pitched a lot of innings so far this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys back off his workload a bit here in this final month.
Marwin Gonzalez will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Going back is the right fielder. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
And, you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Evan Gattis will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. Holland has his sign. First pitch on the way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that misses. 2-1.
Count 2-1.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. A little bouncer. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Adrian Beltre will get his first shot at it here. 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night.
Adrian Beltre.
Into the windup and the pitch. And here is strike 1 call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. EK, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
And they got a great pitching performance in the opener of this series, so if they could get anything comparable here or the rest of this road trip, you can bet they'll take it.
One and two now as that one's fouled off. Ready on 1 and 2. Drilled on the ground is short. Correa is up with it, and a good throw gets him 1 gone.
Batting fifth, second baseman.
So with 1 away, a couple of teams out of the AL West doing battle in this one. So let's check out where they sit in the standings entering play here today. Rougned Odor will stand in, and he's been a tough out these past couple of weeks as you see the average there over the course of the last 9 ball games. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Changeup called strike 1.
Hard to call that an off-speed pitch when it's a changeup at 88. That's a fastball for a lot of guys in this league.
And that's a called strike at the letters, though that looked high from here. It's 0-2 now.
He's found a pretty nice rhythm out here early on.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Hit hard back up the middle, and that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
That just couldn't put him away right there. You'll see the sequence. He was able to foul off 2 straight 0-2 pitches, and then finally he finds a pitch that he could do something with, and he's on board.
Shin-Soo Choo takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and 1 away. Drilled down the line, and he tries for the backhand reach at third, but it gets by the glove down the line. Long throw to third. Oh, and he misses the stop sign there as he heads for the plate. Is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down.
Oh, well, you know you're talking about a nice streak when you get up over 10 games in a row, and now that's 11 for this guy, so he is feeling it.
Here's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. As he'll swing and lift a foul ball off to the left and out of play. Here's a swing, and oh man! Way out of here! So a 2-run homer down the line in right field, number 22 on the year, as that'll give the Rangers a 2-0 lead.
Well, this is a wake-up call for what it's like to pitch up here in the show. I mean, big league hitters, they spoil the good pitches and they crush the bad ones. He got every bit of this one.
Here's Elvis Andrus now.
The shortstop.
As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 2 home runs and 19 driven in. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Oh, that liner drilled the pitcher right on the mound. Throw to first, but he's safe. And now the stadium's attention turns back to the man on the mound.
Gotta hope he's okay on the mound.
And this has to be a big concern here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm. And that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off. And from all appearances, I think they're going to let him continue. So that at least is a good sign. Robinson Chirinos set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Counts 1-0.
Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0. Boy, and after that good first inning, not the same here in the second.
He's kind of looking a little shell-shocked out there. Like even he can't figure out what's going on.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And you wonder if he's feeling just a little bit distracted having that base stealer over there at first base. Sometimes just the threat of a steal can really mess with your head out there.
A runner on first with 2 away. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Andrus is moving. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And he'll be in there at second without a throw, in fact. Hit hard on the ground to third. Reined in. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. But 2 here in the Rangers' half of the inning, and they come on this 2-run home run. We've played 2. 2-0 Texas. A nice day for baseball here in Texas as we welcome you back to Globe Life Park, the home of the Rangers. Hernandez will stand in now to lead 7, 8, and 9 here to start the 3rd inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
Holland's ready. Here it comes. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1. A little bit outside. 2-1. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. No problem here. 1 away.
Batting 8th, catcher.
So with 1 gone, a reminder that Astros baseball continues all season long here on the show, as there you get a look at what's on tap for the next 7 days. Jason Castro will stand in, and you can see that surprisingly he hits better versus left-handed pitching than he does against righties. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
Yeah, and when your team still doesn't have a hit, you'll appreciate a call like that once in a while.
Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider there. A ball and a strike.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Astros still have yet to tally their first hit in this one. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
You don't need to be a lip reader or an expert in body language to know that he was not thrilled with that call. You know, just about every umpire has a different interpretation of what a high strike should be, but none of them like it when guys carry on like this. You got to be careful.
Jake Marisnick will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes.
And right now, these guys just need something to break their way. A blooper, a bunt, a hit by pitch. Something to get a base runner and give that guy something else to think about out there.
Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1.
Much better sinker there. I think that's the one he wanted to throw to start the at-bat.
2 out, nobody on. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. They're down 2-0. Number 63 will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one.
Right fielder, number 63.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Marisnick is under it. 1 away.
Now batting.
He's just trying to get a fastball in there to start the inning. Ball winds up getting hit pretty well, but not well enough to do any damage. It's a 1 pitch out.
Ian Desmond stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
0-1.
1 out, nobody on. High in the air and deep to left center field. Marisnick going back, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo home run that time for Ian Desmond. Home run number 9 on the year as the Rangers have moved out to a 3-0 lead.
And that's already 2 home runs he's coughed up here in the first 2 and the 3rd innings. He's not fooling anybody out there, and they just keep pouring it on.
Here's Carlos Beltran.
The designated hitter.
And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. Here's a swing and heads up as he had to hit the deck for dear life that time. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
You got to make sure if you come inside, you come way inside. If you leave it out a bit, he's liable to hit that thing in the second deck.
And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Hit hard towards second and call that a nice clean base hit, his first of the game.
And I think he finally just got to the point on the mound where he said, listen, my arm's had enough of this at-bat. You can just have the base hit. Just quit fouling off all of my pitches.
Adrian Beltre steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Hit hard down the left field line, but this is foul near the seats. Ball 1.
You know, guys, these hitters have had a good look at that slider so far, and they've been told, let that thing go and wait for something better out over the plate.
Runners on the move for second. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Settling under it is Marisnick for out number 2.
Boy, that's the kind of play where you take your hat off and you wipe the sweat off your brow, even if it's cold outside. This guy's getting hammered right now. He better figure out something quick.
Rougned Odor is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
That's not really a bad take that time. You've got a guy out there on the mound that's had his hands full already, so you've got to make him prove that he can find the zone.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Well, the Rangers add on thanks to this solo home run. We're through 3 here in the Lone Star State. It's now 3-0 Texas. George Springer will stand in to begin their half of the 4th, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
And still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Holland sets his sights. Here's the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And the Astros have their first hit of the contest.
And even though they've been out hit by 5 so far, this is still just a 3-0 game. So they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
Number 8 will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit back up the middle. The second for 1. On to Moreland. It's a double play.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You've got a good base stealer over there at first base. Why not give this guy a shot to run before you go up there swinging at the first pitch and ground into a double play?
Jose Altuve will come on now, and no sooner did it look like they may have something started than the double play took it all away.
And that's especially tough when you figure the part of the lineup they're in. These are the guys you want to have hitting with runners on base.
First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes. That evens it up 1-1. No runs, just 1 hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. On the ground up the middle. Andres fields it cleanly. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Nothing doing there for Houston. Still down 3-0. Will Harris is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. Ready for another chance? Shin-Soo Choo. He reached on a single in his first try.
And I think we mentioned it already, but that extended his hitting streak. Swinging a hot bat right now.
Grounded up the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Comes set with the 0-1. Just couldn't pull that one back in time. It's 0-2 now. Drilled to the left side. And that is through into left, and an 0-2 mistake here results in a leadoff single.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a 2-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Mitch Moreland will try things again. He hit that 2-run homer his first time.
Well, the last time he saw a fastball and hit it pretty well, so we'll see how they work him this time. You can throw him more fastballs, but you better not put it in that location.
Here comes the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
A shot down the first baseline. To second for 1. On to first to complete the double play.
The shortstop.
Oh, that's a sweet play coming off the bag. This ball's pretty much smashed right at him. So he takes it on the 1-hop and then fires on to second to start the 3-6-3.
Here's Elvis Andrus now. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half, it's 0-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Ready with the 1-1. Called strike, and he's behind 1-2.
Yeah, that finds a zone, but some of these pitches are getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he sends it the other way toward right center. On the move is Springer. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Nothing doing for the Rangers, but they lead it 3-0. Carlos Correa heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. In the air now, out to right field. Long run for the right fielder, but he won't get to it, and this should put a man in scoring position to start the inning. And he gets in there standing. He's got himself a double. So quickly into scoring position here following the opposite field double. And as you see there, that total good for second place on this Astros ball club.
Yeah, he's really contributed to the team this year. Here he is on second again with a chance to score on just a single.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Marwin Gonzalez. He flew out in his last at-bat. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1.
Well, he's been in a tough stretch offensively, and this sure ain't going to help.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. No runs, 2 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Hit out towards second. And the throw sails right over the head of Moreland at first base.
And remember here, on a ball that's out of play, the rule states that a runner gets the base he was running to plus 1 more. So that's going to allow him to come all the way in to score.
Evan Gattis now standing in. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Back goes Chu, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Oh, and he ignores the third base coach and heads for home. The tag's there from Chirinos. He is out at the plate.
Well, you got to start a streak somewhere, and he's well into this one now. A 6-game hit streak with that base hit. He's swinging the bat pretty good right now.
Hernandez is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
You know, he's been struggling a little bit lately, so hopefully he learned some things from that last at-bat so he can start to turn things around here with a base hit.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Holland pauses. Here's the 0-1. Now this pitch is lined into left center field. That's a base hit. Oh, and he runs right through the stop sign. But the throw will be well up the line as he scores easily. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Hernandez has just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer. And as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well. And in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like. But there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Jason Castro, the catcher, is in as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. Runners on first with one down. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, Matt, the pitcher may have thought the runner might be on the move right there, so he slide steps to hang on to him.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
I don't think it's at all surprising about where these 3 pitches are going to be located. As we check them out here on Show Track, you're going to see all 3 pitches right down around the knees or lower. Now, they didn't get the ground ball that they were looking for, but guess what? Consolation prize, you get the strikeout.
Here's Jake Marisnick. Smoked on the ground up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
7 straight games with a base hit now, and that's a solid week or so of swinging the bat with some authority.
So striding in, George Springer, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Hot shot toward third. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
And this is a situation now on the mound where you can't worry about how you got into it. You got to worry about how you're going to get out of it. And he's got some work to do now to protect this lead.
Number 8 steps into the box here in one of the bigger spots in the ballgame so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away.
Yeah, and this is one of those make-or-break moments in a ballgame, Matt. You don't want to...
Sliding, stopped by Adore. He is out.
Oh, love it.
So they wind up with 2 in the inning, but it could have been a lot worse as they leave the bases loaded. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Rangers 3 and the Astros 2. Robinson Chirinos comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Catcher, Robinson Chirinos.
First offering on its way. And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Good riding action to that thing, and it's ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Correa backs up a bit, and he takes charge for the first out.
Now batting, number 63.
Number 63 will stand in here. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far.
Not the kind of day he was hoping for. So let's see if he can get something going right here.
He's set, and the pitch. 92 splits the plate, and it's strike one. Fifth inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game. Tried to hold back, but this is popped up, and this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. Lifted the other way out to left center. Hernandez sprinting after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Center fielder, Ian Desmond.
Ian Desmond steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. That's popped up out towards short right field. Altuve is there for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Rangers lead it 3-2. Jose Altuve makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit on the ground to short. And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1. And I thought this might happen based on how close that play was at first. The skipper's out of the dugout, and it looks as though he might decide to challenge that out call.
Yeah, he wasn't so sure that was the right call. And looking at it again right here, I don't know if I can tell for sure either. We'll wait to see what the guys in the dugout say after reviewing this play a couple of times probably.
So here's the signal from the dugout, and it appears they will decide not to challenge the call on the field, so the runner is out at first. Here's Carlos Correa now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away, so as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
And now here's the ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. Calling for it, Desmond makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The first baseman.
That slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Marwin Gonzalez will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Swung on and hit in the air to left. Chu has it in his tracks, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. They trail 3-2. Carlos Beltran will dig in, 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance.
Carlos Beltran.
First pitch on its way. And that misses inside, 1-0. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. You got to wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff, that's when you're going to get your fastball to hit.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a liner, but this will be a foul ball. Hard hit at third. He's right there. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Pretty good work out of the bullpen, as you see there. He got called in much earlier than I'm sure he expected, but he's given him a real lift so far.
Adrian Beltre will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. 3-2s are scored here in inning number 6.
That's a ball.
2-0.
2 balls, no strike.
And little doubt about that one. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
And at the plate, if you've got an umpire helping you out, no reason to go after a borderline pitch on 2-0.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Hernandez has a beat on it, and that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Rougned Odor.
Rougned Odor will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
Cut fastball inside, ball 1. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Head down through first. He's heading for 2. And he'll make it in there with a 2-out double.
Now batting, left
And
fielder.
this is how you break out of a cold streak. This is his second hit of the ball game, and this one goes for extra bases. And you can see that confidence is slowly starting to come back at the plate.
Shin-Soo Choo will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the 2-out double.
And this is really where you earn your money. Runner on second, 2 outs. Let's see what he can do here.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that is into right field, a base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Oh, just a great swing right there. But this is a cut fastball, which it'll work back toward a left-handed hitter. He just squares this ball up and rips it into right field.
Mitch Moreland will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. From the belt, kicks and deals. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Yanked on the ground down the line. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Squared that one up just a little late. The 0-2 delivery. Struck him out. You talk about pulling a rabbit out of your hat. He gets out of the jam, and the side is retired. Rangers leave a pair. They're up 3-2. Welcome back to Arlington. The Rangers on top in this one as we get a look at our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Evan Gattis is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And this is on the outside corner for strike 1.
Well, this guy has done a pretty good job of being effectively wild. He's only thrown first pitch strikes to about 60% of the batters he's faced, but look at where he's sitting right now. Excellent.
1-1.
1-0.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Wow, a real sharp break to this thing. It's a slider. He starts it out over the middle of the plate. Now the hitter thinks he's got something that he can handle, and then this thing just makes a beeline right for his hands. That is a tough pitch.
Into the box, Hernandez. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Hit to short. On to Moreland, and that's in time for the second out.
The batter, number 15, catcher Jason Castro.
Jason Castro stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Swung on and chopped to first. Moreland's there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. We'll get a look at the speedy Elvis Andrus when we join you next. It's the Rangers 3 and the Astros 2. And there indeed is Elvis Andrus. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Now a curveball, but he might have flown open a bit. It's 1-1. Pat Neshek will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7.
Number 37, Pat Neshek.
Elvis Andrus steps in, working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a liner. Foul. Liner towards second, but an atom ball right to him for the first out.
Yeah, and late in a close game like this, that would have been a good leadoff base runner to have. And he definitely hits this ball hard. It's just pretty much right at the glove.
In now, Robinson Chirinos. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle, it's 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. He's got his work cut out for him now.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Well, let's just see if we can slow this way down and see the point of impact. He's going to be bunched up a little bit on this one and get it right down below the label. And sure enough, that's a great shot right there. This bat just explodes on impact.
Into the box now, number 63.
Nope.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Marisnick is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Rangers, but they still lead it 3-2. Jake Marisnick will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
And the pitch. Out in front of it, strike 1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Moreland is there, and he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
Now batting, right fielder, George Springer.
Settling in now, George Springer. He singled his last time up. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's just the same pitch 3 times in a row. I guess he figures, why mess with success when you get it to 1-2?
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Lays off 2-2 now. And he looks at a sinker for a called 3rd strike, and now there are 2 gone.
In a 1-run game like this, just keeping this guy off base is a big development because he can do his damage in a lot of different ways.
Number 8 will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Into the seats, 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Drilled right back up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one.
Yeah, tying runs on base now with 2 outs. And who knows? If this next guy can put one in the gap, we could have ourselves a tie ball game.
Now here comes the Rangers skipper out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And that's going to do it for Derek Holland. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Keone Kela will take over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Number 50, Keone Kela.
Jose Altuve will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
Now you've got the tying run over at first. 2 away. He's going to be looking to try and find a gap right here and bring that guy all the way around to score.
Tries to go the other way as this is hit in the air down the right field line. And he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. We'll return to Texas in just a moment. Ian is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the 3rd inning.
Center fielder,
Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him 0-1. Tap foul at home plate. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Carlos Beltran.
So 1 gone now in the Texas half of the 8th. And here's the ever-dangerous Carlos Beltran. In there, strike 1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Lays off the circle change there, a ball and a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hernandez on the move, but he can't get there. It's over his head. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
The third baseman.
Well, this is really a laser right here. You're going to see it pretty much go right over his head out there in left, and it'll one-hop the left field wall. That's going to allow his man to cruise into second with an easy double.
Adrian Beltre takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. Left field and deep. Hernandez going back on it, and it's gone. So it's a 2-run homer for Adrian Beltre. Number 18 for him on the campaign, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Oh, and this home crowd is digging this. That's going to push the lead up to 3 now here in the bottom of the 8th. And with each extra run that scores, it just makes it more and more improbable that they'll have a chance to blow this thing in the 9th.
Here's Rougned Odor now, as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball 1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Hit to first. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a nice job to stay with it that time and get the second out of the inning.
The batter, left fielder, Shin-Soo Choo.
At the plate, Shin-Soo Choo. He's looking to go 4 for 4 with a base hit right here. Now here's the pitch. First pitch is a circle change for a called strike 1.
I'm not sure that pitch would break a pane of glass. That is very tough for a big league hitter to wait that out.
In the air now out to left field. Fernandez is there. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run home run. Last chance coming up for the Astros. It's now 5-2 Rangers. Sean Tollison is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Sean Tollison.
Leading off the inning, Carlos Correa. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Carlos Correa.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball one.
Boy, hitting the guy wouldn't exactly be the smoothest way to enter a ball game. He's lucky that one didn't get him.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. And he takes ball two, and it's 2-1.
You got to think one thing here. Get on base. A walk will do the trick.
Goes the other way and sends it deep down the right field line. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out. So the leadoff man gone to start the top of the ninth as we take a look at league saves leaders entering play.
Yeah, folks, here we are near the end of the season, and he's among the American League leaders in that category. Second, in fact. So he's made it really tough on the opposition out of the bullpen. The manager loves giving him the ball in tight games, so we'll see if he can add to his total right here.
Here it comes. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. He turns on it and sends it deep down the line in right. That ball is gone as he tucks it over the wall down the line. A solo shot down the line in right. Number 13 for him on the year, and it's a 5-3 game now.
One rule for being a successful closer, you gotta keep the ball in the ballpark. Well, he's still got a lead to work with after this home run, but his margin for error is pretty much gone now.
Some movement now in that Texas bullpen as a left-hander starts to get cranking down there. Evan Gaddis now standing in as this is popped foul behind the plate at strike one. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
Oh, and even though that's not intentional, as a hitter, you still hate to see that ball up around your eyes.
That one finds the target on the outer half. It's 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time of it.
1 out, nobody on. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
And he knows the drill out there. You gotta make him swing the bat.
cannot be giving up walks at this stage of the game because those could be fatal.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Grounded back up the middle. And that gets through for a one-out base hit.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
Hernandez will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Colby Rasmus will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
28, Colby Rasmus.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. Runner at first here, one man out. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Yeah, a bad spot there to lose your release point. And this one just continues to run inside and gets him, and now all of a sudden that puts a tying run on base.
Jason Castro, the catcher, is in, and he comes after the next guy as well. Can't say I like what I'm seeing here. It's ball one. And now the wheels spin in that first base dugout.
Oh, that man right there has got to be sweating bullets. Hard to say I blame him at all.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Chu waits on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
And that's just one of the few balls that really hasn't taken off today. And we've seen some balls really jump off the bat so far, but not there.
Jake Marisnick makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the ninth inning.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
First pitch is a slider called for a strike. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine. But you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Not a bad pitch there with two strikes, but it misses 1 and 2.
Well, you don't want to get caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay off.
2 down, runners at first and second. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Has him down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first.
Well, there's another good win for these guys. That pushes their streak up to 5 in a row now. And it's been a total team effort. Good pitching, good hitting, good defense. They're doing it all right now.
before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, a real good performance, as you'll see in his final line. He gave him 7 2/3 good innings, and he was definitely the difference in this one.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Rangers come out on top 5-3. So long from Arlington.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon. First for the victorious Rangers. 5 runs on 11 hits. 1 error. They left 4 men on base. For the Astros, 3 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 58 minutes. A reminder that postgame buses are available at the first base gate 20 minutes after the conclusion of play and will drop riders off at locations across the street from Lincoln Square Fountain or on the north side of Lincoln Square.